Hello and welcome to the Hindu's database coverage of the Lok Sabha elections. As phase 4 begins, we look at some of the states that are going to elections in phase 4 on May 13th, and most important state in India, Uttar Pradesh, that's also going to polls, especially the Awadh region, specifically the Awadh region. If you look at the Awadh region in 2019, the BJP won 13 of all the 13 seats that went to polls. They had a very healthy vote share, close to 53.35%, and that dwarfed what the other parties got. The Samajwadi Party barely got 19%. The BSP, which was in alliance with the Samajwadi Party, then they got close to 16.5%. So the BJP had close to a 20% percentage point advantage over its immediate opposition in 2019. Having said that, if you look at what happened in the assembly elections in 2022, the picture has become much more closer, right? The contest has become much more closer, rather. If you look at what the BJP had done in 2022, its vote share fell from close to 53% to 44%, a 9 percentage point drop. The Samajwadi Party dramatically increased its vote share to 36%. While the Congress was not much of a factor, the Congress is now in alliance with the Samajwadi Party, and if you add those two vote shares together, that would come to close to 38%, and the BSP's vote share fell dramatically to 12.4%. Having said that, that 12.4% includes the most loyal voter for Ms. Mayawati, the Jatav community among the Dalits, who have backed her despite her inability to sustain her party as one of the leading parties in Uttar Pradesh. Let's see how these numbers play out, whether we will get numbers closer to 2019 in 2024, or we'll have a reflection of what happened in 2019, what happened in 2022 in 2024, and we'll ask our colleague Anuj Kumar, who is reporting from these areas in Uttar Pradesh, and he'll let us know what's afoot there. So Anuj, we have the elections to be held in the Awadh region, what it calls the PDA, right? Pichhada, Dalit and Adivasi approach. And has it started to really make inroads into getting the support of most backward communities and even Dalits, or it's just in the stage of sloganeering as of now, or has they really managed to make inroads? What have you seen from the ground?
This is a new combination that the Samajwadi Party has tried this time. They started it in 2022 assembly polls, but now they have tried it in a bigger fashion. They have fielded 11 candidates to secure this known Yadav OBC vote bank, and then they have fielded 7 Shakya candidates, Shakya Kushwar group. To get, they also belong to this non-Yadav OBC group. And then in a kind of a new thing, they have also given tickets to the MBCs, the most advanced, the shepherd communities and the Nishad community. And recently they changed their state president in the middle of the election, and he hails from the shepherd community. So these people are in large numbers in this region, and they have voted for the BJP in the last 2 elections because the social engineering kind of thing that the BJP has tried in this region by giving them a better law and order security in the villages, so they feel that they are empowered by the BJP. But the bigger demand of these castes, the Nishads and the shepherd communities, is to get included into the SC group, the SC reservation,
right,
which the BJP has not been able to deliver.
Right.
Earlier, Mulayam Singh, when Mulayam Singh was the chief minister, he also tried to bring them into the SC code, but he didn't succeed. And BSP has not been able to give them this thing because the BSP's position is that if it could be done only when the SC quota is increased commensurately, to only then they will be able to include them in the SC. So this is a big demand which is there for a long time, pending for a long time. And the SPs again trying to kind of use it to their advantage because the BJP has not been able to kind of deliver on this count.
Right.
So that's the thing. And now with the state president, and a larger share of tickets, they are kind of becoming an attractive kind of proposition for these entities.
Right.
Let's see how it kind of plays out.
Let's talk about the BSP now. So, just before phase 4, barely 2-3 days ago, the BSP Supremo Mayawati, she stripped her designated successor and also her nephew Akash Anand of all his posts in the party, saying he was not, and he would be, allowed to, function only if he gains maturity. That's what she said. Now, that's being read by some as the fact that she is trying not to take her campaign to be seen as anti-BJP, right? Which is what Mr. Anand was trying to do in his speeches. Is that the case? Is that the reason why she is doing so? And what effect do you think will be on the ground because of what Ms. Mayawati has done? Will it affect her vote bank, which has been very loyal to her?
See, yes and no. In the sense that we have to see how Mr. Akash Anand positioned himself from the beginning of this campaign. From the beginning, he is taking on the BJP much more than the SP. And his comments on the BJP are quite sharp. Nobody can defend unparliamentary language or the abusive language that he has used, but the way he has positioned explained the ration thing to his audience is something different. He is talking about a lack of financial prudence by using the ration scheme. He is telling the Jataks that by increasing the taxes, by increasing the prices, BJP is taking money from them, and from that itself, you are getting this ration. So the inflation is the end result of getting this free ration is inflation. And the thing that he is breaking down into figures and telling the artists that if you get gainful employment, your income will be much more than what you are getting for free. So that is striking a chord with the Jatas, especially the educated ones. So while doing so, what he gets is when he doesn't get the response because his language is such, he breaks into English words and other kind of this financial kind of jargon. So his core audience doesn't get it. So he puts another aggressive side to it, which I think has something to do with the emergence of Chandrasekhar also in the region, the Bhim Army chief. So he wants to create a parallel narrative around that also, that I could be aggressive as well as I will explain the economics of it. So that combination was working on the ground from day one. So, and their core audience was saying that there's a new face has emerged which can take on the Parivarvadis, the dynastic politics in the other parties. So they were feeling kind of empowered that now they also have that kind of, because by his features and by his body language and all, he fitted into that kind of group. So the Jatas are feeling now finally they have a leader who could speak to the media and speak to the other political leaders in the same language and take on their own terms. So that was giving them that kind of feeling, especially among the youth. So now by doing so, they are a bit surprised, but as the parties, they don't criticize their leader. They accept whatever she says. So I spoke to some people. They said, no, whatever decision she is taking is final. We are not going to take it. We will take it at the face value. We are not going to see any reason behind it. She must have felt that he's a bit uncooked. So also this Ambedkarite movement is like that they want to change things through the constitutional way. They don't want to use this unparliamentary language and get into the police stations and all that. They always avoid it. And that's the difference between what Bhim Army or Azad Samaj Party is doing and what Mayawati does. She always says that I don't want the police to come to your houses. and take you to the local thana. So she always avoids it. That is her always has been her plan once she emerged as a big leader. So
Right.
that's why we're saying.
Anuj, I mean, I understand your point, but that has also been the one of the cause for the decline of the BSP. Unlike SP, which is holding its own and slightly increasing
We
its.
also agree that
Yeah,
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 this is exactly the problem that people are, and that's why the educated group this time is kind of shifting their vote in some measure to the Samajwadi Party,
right, right,
where at least in seats where the Samajwadi Party is better placed to take on the
BJP,
BJP.
right, right.
So,
Yeah,
like in seats like Firozabad, in Etawah, in Meerut, we clearly saw the vote shifting,
right, right.
not in large numbers, but in kind of a number which can make a difference.
All right.
So, we clearly saw this happening in those seats, and by doing this, Mayawati is creating that kind of problem that those educated people who are more concerned about reservation, they might take a decision to shift in bigger numbers in these seats which are coming up,
Right.
because five, six seats which are coming up in the next round have a considerable number of Jataks and SC, other SC communities, and together with Muslims, they can create a big chunk of vote.
Right.
So, why also the Dhananjay Singh thing, where she changed the ticket at the last minute, that is also seen from two different angles.
Okay.
He is a Thakur leader, and he came out of jail, and then after that she changed the ticket at the last minute. Some people are saying that it was done under pressure of the BJP, and another group is saying that it has to be done because Dhananjay Singh might have reached a kind of a deal with the BJP, and his wife could have taken her candidature back. So that would have created a problem for the BSP at the last minute. So they preempted this move, and they put. So both the theories are going on.
Right.
And we don't know what.
Anuj, thank you so much. Yeah, Anuj, thank you so much.
Also created a problem for the SP in the Christian party.
Yeah, thank you, Anuj. Thank you, Anuj. UP is, as big as a country, and if we talk about the issues that are governing voter choice in UP, that would be a long discussion, and we are trying to, limit it within 12 minutes will be difficult. But having said that, thank you for these insights. We'll see how these play out in phase 4, and we'll get back to you for further phases and also discuss other issues. Thank you so much. Yeah.